don't look forward to, but you know, you got to deal with it. It's a good time to start planning and thinking about your taxes. And this morning we have Majewski with American Benefits Exchange. Thanks so much for coming in.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, this is like I said, it's a time that a lot of people just kind of push off until they get closer to the due date. But you were saying that this is a good time to start getting everything organized and see what you're actually going to need.
Get organized, get all the documents together, gather up all the forms that you're receiving, W-2s, 1099s, everything else you'll need to begin the process if you do it yourself or even if you use a tax professional.
Yeah, because it can get kind of complicated. I mean, if you don't own a home or something like that, it can be simple, but there's a lot of things that you need to think about. So what are some of the steps that people need to start taking now?
Well, steps, as I just mentioned, get all that stuff together, figure out some of the changes that may affect you. You know, tax rate brackets have changed. The standard deductions have almost doubled, and then some of the personal exemptions are going away. You know, the idea with this was to make it simpler, make this portion of the income tax code simpler, but just find out how it affects you and your personal situation. For example, the child tax credit is actually being increased from $1,000 to $2,000, and they're increasing the limits, income limits, so more people will qualify for things like this.
Gotcha.
That's neat. And I know a lot of stuff comes electronically too, but you still want to keep an eye on your mailbox, right?
Of course. I mean, all these W-2s, 1099s, and other forms that you'll get from your bank, your mortgage statement, and other things that you'll have to file with your taxes are definitely things you want to keep and make sure that you know where they are, because if you filed them in years past, you're going to be expected again to file them again.
There's also some deductions that have gone away that people might have been used to.
Yeah, some of the popular and smaller deductions are being eliminated, things like alimony payments, traveling or moving expenses, and tax preparation expenses are being eliminated. But some things are staying as well, like student loan interest deductions and medical expense deductions.
Chelsea just cheered.
Those things are still going to be available.
I think that's what do you suggest to people usually? It's to get somebody to professionally do it for you to kind of get you all of those deductions, especially with the changes, or should somebody try to do it on their own?
It really just depends on your situation. You know, if you're a W-2 employee and it's relatively simple, then perhaps you can take care of it yourself using the tax software that's out there. It's very good nowadays. But if you have a little more of a complicated situation, if you own several properties or there's rental income or you're a 1099 employee, independent contractor, and there's a lot of other moving parts, then maybe better to look at your local tax professional for some help.
And then what do we do with that money, Chelsea?
We'll figure it out. I was going to say, I know it's always scary if you feel like you're going to have to pay in, but it's not a bad idea just to do it early so you know and you're not surprised on April 14th. You know?
I've got a lot of friends that'll do that. Hey, what's today? It's the 14th. I'm going to get my taxes done.
Oh, no.
Get that out of the way. It's the kind of the big weight on your shoulder this time of year, or as we get closer to April 15th. Just get it out of the way, get it done. Peace of mind, or out of sight, and just get it taken care of.
Do you suggest people, invest the money that they get if they get a return, or, I know a lot of people like to use it to pay off credit cards and stuff like that, but.
Sure. Debt can be a big thing for us. We talked a lot about eliminating debt. So if you have some high interest debt, you can use that as a lump sum payment towards that. If you have no other places for it and you otherwise weren't missing it, put it aside for your future. You're going to thank yourself later.
I don't know who these people are that aren't missing it, because clearly Chelsea and I have other ideas for our tax returns.
Cruise?
Where can people get some more info if they want to maybe chat with you a little bit more?
Sure. Our website is www.thinkabx.com, and we'd be happy to help.
Perfect. Thank you so much for coming in. And
tax day is April 15th this year. The last few years it hasn't been.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to write that down in my calendar.
Yes, please write that down.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.